Shalom, this is Rabbi Aryeh Lang. We know that there are certain commandments of the Torah that make sense. They're called ordinances, like honor your father and mother, do not steal, do not murder. And then there's other commandments that are super rational, the ones that don't eat ham, things that are beyond our understanding. The Torah tells us that we have to keep the ordinances that make sense, also not because just they make sense, but that because God said so at Mount Sinai. In other words, as a Jew, or as a righteous Gentile, we don't just give charity because it makes sense, but we give charity because God told us to give charity. Tzedakah means justice. It's the right thing to do, not just, and this is a mitzvah from God. In fact, the only reason why these commandments actually make sense is because God gave those commandments in the Torah, and through that, He embedded within certain commandments that they should make sense. And that's the only reason why they do. So it's very interesting that today we live in a time where we have more peace in the world on a global level than ever in the history of mankind, regardless of what the news will tell you. We live in a time where nations talk about beating their swords into plowshares, disarmament, and not allowing certain countries to have nuclear weapons, and as well as making sure that our weapons, we start reducing the weapons in the world. This is all a sign that the world itself is getting closer and closer to the time of the Mashiach, the Messiah, when there will be peace amongst all people. In fact, on the wall of the United Nations, it says they will beat their swords into plowshares, which means the whole concept of using the money of every country for peaceful means of feeding their country and for happy times. So this shows us that we're very close to that time. All we need to do is add an additional mitzvah and remember that these are commandments of God, and that will bring that time of the Mashiach speedily. Amen. Okay, this upcoming Wednesday, we are continuing our Hebrew reading course. If you missed the first 2 weeks, there's going to be a makeup time on Monday at 12:30 here at Chabad. Learn to read Hebrew in 5 weeks. Read it in Hebrew. In addition, we have the regular Tuesday week class, 2:45 in a private home at Leisure Village, and the Wednesday evening class at 7:30 p.m. right here at Chabad of Camarillo. Of course, Purim is coming up. We have the big Purim shuttle going on where we give around 350 gifts of Purim, and you can put your name on a list to be part of that for $25. You get to pick 3 names, and for each additional name, $5. It's, of course, a fundraiser for charity, but also in the spirit of Purim. We also need help with delivery and people to package the gifts if you'd like to help. Finally, March 9th, in the evening will be Purim night right here at Chabad, and March 10th, the big Purim party over at the Orchid Room off Camarillo Springs Road. We hope you can join us. Have a wonderful Shabbos.